I'm going to take a minute and show you how to set up a conventional wheel end on this truck really quick. We're going to go back together with a Guardian Seal. I know a lot of guys have been getting a lot of hate over these, but I think a lot of it's installation error. I see some comments where you're trying to install these in the hub. This style of seal does not install into the hub. It installs onto the spindle with their specific seal installer. The instructions state to clean it all very thoroughly. Surely we know that by now. To apply a thin layer of number 2 sealant to the OD of the spindle shoulder. So I was going to read it off the box before you tell me I'm wrong. I'm going to install the bearing on the spindle, but first I'm going to lubricate underneath where the bearing rides. And lubricate the bearing. You gotta get good like Larry Potterfield. Now I'm going to install my outer bearing and my hub as an assembly. And before I do that, I'm going to oil both components plus the OD of the seal. Oh crap, does it say to do it in the hub instead? The OD of the seal must be coated with a thin coat of the same lubricant used in the hub. Everybody's been harping on me about these Pro Torque nuts, and while yes, I do use them and I have used them extensively in the past, you must be aware that they come with issues. We have seen sharpened threads, we have seen broken off tangs on the lock washer here from the nut working back and forth, so just be mindful of their downfalls whenever you use these. With these Stemco Guardian seals, you are using the nut to pull the hub onto the seal. Now I'm using this Pro Torque nut because that is what was on this hub when I pulled it apart. So I'm going off of memory, but I think Stemco's installation specifications are 200 foot-pounds, spin it, 200 foot-pounds, spin it. You do that 2 or 3 times. And then you back it off 360 degrees. It's important after you back it off that you spin it again. And then you torque it to 100 foot-pounds. And then, depending on the nut part number, you back it off a predetermined degree set. This particular one is 1 flat. That doesn't make the cut. Which is just an easy way that Stemco has found in order to get you 1 to 5 thousandths bearing in play on these conventional wheel ends. I don't care how you set that up. As long as you get 1 to 5 thousandths into play, you can torque it down in whatever sequence you want, as long as you have seated your bearings properly and they're not under preload. I always set my conventional wheel ends up with a dial indicator because that's the only way you really know that it is within spec. That is right at 1 thou, which is what I try to shoot for, that 1 to 5. I've had some guys comment on some of my older wheel end videos about on conventional wheel ends to set them up under preload. And I will tell you that is not the way to do it. There's a host of reasons, but one of them that I would like to touch on is that when you set a conventional wheel end under preload, you are jamming the roller of that bearing up against the inner cone race. That will make the inner cone race rotation worse, which is what wears the bottom of your spindle. So be very careful in those such situations. Like I said, this is a used Pro Torque nut. Stemco states that the locking rings are one-time use, so I will go get me another one. But anyways, that is how you set it up. Oh, check it out. This is a hub off of a 1981 model Kenworth. And it has a fill hole, huh? Yeah. We're gonna put oil in here. Heavy.
This is why we can never do it alive.
No kidding.